Bars.
Live from the Win DC Radio studio in the shops at Iverson, this is the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com, the Win DC Radio app, Facebook Live and YouTube Live on the Win DC Radio pages, and of course, it's all powered by GoWin.media.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, and everybody in between. Welcome back to another special edition of Bars. I'm your host, as I am every single Wednesday right here in the Win DC Radio studios in the shops at Iverson, AJ Throwback. Glad to be here with y'all on this sunny, but soon to be really cold Wednesday morning. I know a lot of y'all are off, getting ready for the big feast tomorrow. Thanksgiving, of course, tomorrow. I know a lot of people are either at work or at home preparing, but definitely going to be preparing of our own right here on today's show. Going to be having a top 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving. A lot of people have already chimed in on it. If you are watching via the live, definitely make sure y'all chime in and give some of your favorite things about Thanksgiving. But yeah, we are definitely on the live right now, so shout out to everybody who's already tuned in. Yeah, so definitely chime in on that. We'll be giving some, I'll be giving my top 5 favorite things. Also, that'll be in the first half. In the second half, I am very excited about today's guest. This has been a guest I've been looking forward to for the past 5 months. The interview was actually supposed to happen back in August, but for scheduling conflicts, we had to push it back to November. But it's definitely worth the wait. Anybody who is a budding entrepreneur out there, you definitely want to tune in for my guest today at noon. That is none other than D.YVONNE Rivers, aka Phoebe. Phoebe Marketing Group and American Dream Business Institute, master business coach, pitch coach, and guerrilla marketer. So we're going to find out a little bit more about her specialties and why she is one of the best in the business. I can stamp her. She's my business coach, so I definitely can stamp her. Before we get the show started, I definitely want to send a huge shout out to April L. Stanford of Brooklyn Concrete Management. I hosted my first ever event last Friday. There were a couple of hiccups in me hosting. I put it on myself. Anybody who ever has to do an event, whether you're a performer, whether you're a host on U Street, word of advice: take the train. Don't drive. Parking down there, I mean, I've always known parking down there is terrible, but it was just especially trash that day. But anyway, the show itself was just a great, fantastic show. You know, a lot of great singers, a lot of great performers. Specifically, the headliner, anybody who watched season 13 of NBC's The Voice already knows about how awesome Davon Fleming is. Man, but seeing him live, if y'all don't know about Davon Fleming, please look him up immediately. This dude is absolutely amazing. But there were so many amazing singers there. I don't want to just make it seem like he was the only one. There were plenty to go around. But anyway, don't want to waste too much more time. Want to get into the music. This is Don B, the artist, with Loot, and you are listening to the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
All I want is loot. All I want is good bags. That ain't nothing new. I want what I want when I want it, run it up. Run it up. bad man with a good heart. Triple up my lifespan with these millions. Gotta go on and hustle, folks. Just call me bruh man upstairs, fifth floor. Tryna make that salmon, bread, cheese, lettuce, let it eat. Water clean pink, let it eat. I do what I do, what you call me daddy. Whoa, everybody rap about the same. Whoa, I just wanna get my dad to vanish. Whoa, 3 kids and they know I'm hot. Whoa, y'all can read about it in my pamphlet. Whoa, big deal, sure to get big chills. Rear view spot 'em at the 10 mils. Numb feel when I gotta pay bills. I get it. Week after split it. Money will change up, but acting out, don't be a menace. I don't like these robbing conditions. I don't have a heart for it. We got a few mouths looking like I'm jaws coming. Full big cops looking like I've done it. Wish I did since the baby bobbed anyway. You know what I mean? We all are some fiends that search for the green. They ran out of trees. Why you so mean? I'm out of my means. Wanna suck the life out of me, huh? Fully charged like my back's full of batteries, huh? Audemars on my arm like a fantasy, huh? Well, I'm a man, ain't no such thing as holding me back. All I want is loot. All I want is good bad. There ain't nothing new. I want what I want when I want it, run it up. Run it up. Run it, run it up. Run it up. Rent too tired, them that blew my mind. Money too dry, that's a heat my eyes. Never cry no tears, get back up and strive. Never show no fears unless they all go blind. I can't apply shit, open my shit. Bring mojito colors all shit. Mama screaming out like all shit. Where we bossing, dollars will be making noises. Keep it focused, like the homie Mo. Vision of the blurry slopes. Slipping and dipping into Avengers of villains' attention just so I can regret the decision. Mentality driven, the money is healthy, but dysfunctional living is killing the rhythm. I caught the feeling, Holy Ghost and the drilling and dosing without a syringe and punctured it to the cranium to exact my revenge on the industry. Using my energy to ridden and they don't deserve the loot from everything they have written, but all I want is loot. All I want is good bad. There ain't nothing new. I want what I want when I want it, run it up. Run it up. Run it, run it up. Run it up. All I want is loot. All I want is good bad. There ain't nothing new. I want what I want when I want it, run it up. Run it up.
If you're an urban contemporary indie artist, then this is your platform. Send us clean versions of your music to Balancing Act Radio Show at gmail.com. That's Balancing Act Radio Show at gmail.com.
I'm starting to like you a lot. And that's the scariest part about this. The wondering. The uncertainty. Like, what if we have great conversation? We laugh all the
Looking for the most balanced review of your forthcoming or current album or mixtape? Then email a formal inquiry along with your cover art, headshot, bio, and either links to your music or the project files to balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
She said she like trap music.
Trap. Yeah.
Why on some other shit? She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there for her. She like how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She cut a rug on the beat, snap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there for her. She like how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She cut a rug on the beat, snap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She came from the city, but she love the city. She never show pity. Her role model is Whitney. Her choices are iffy, and her best friend is Brittany. She ain't got a boyfriend, no. She think it's silly. She gon' buck for a Billy, take care of her daughter and get it for really. She gon' cook up for chili. How does it stove her when they call it chimney? And she never show envy. Yeah, she know who her friends be, and she always make ends meet. She does so that no one offends she. Black magic, black power, hip hop is my tower. I done seen past your 15 minutes. Right now is my hour, and she loves it. Oh, yeah, she loves it. She loves it. She loves it. She loves it.
And she need a bad boy, never follow these fads, boy. She need a bad boy, never follow these fads, boy. She need a bad boy, never follow these fads, boy. Bad boys do it, never follow these fads, boy. Bad boys.
She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there. She like how the bad boys do it. She love how the bad boys do it. She cut her rug on the beat. She like when that clap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there. She like how the bad boys do it. She love how the bad boys do it. She cut her rug on the beat. She like when that clap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. Trying to discover her mind behind her beauty. Hard to focus off when my mind is on her booty. All about that bag, can never let the loss subdue me. She in a bag like Fendi, Prada, Louis Gucci. Only thing that's little on me is my teeth, my patience, and this little Lucy. She ain't the type to chill and settle for no movie. I'm cool with it, keep it Austin Powers groovy. Yeah, she rather be dripping with a man, changing climate with his jewelry. She the first chick from bougie. She got a low tolerance for fake. Can't forget about them who running their mouth. I see that goose got her loose. She usually can prove to me what's it worth and on the kinky she can do to me. Yikes. Damn, her work gives me chills. I bet that crack for real can give a plug that rich Porter 80s feel.
She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there for her. She like how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She cut a rug on the beat, snap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She said she like trap music. Her mama like rap music. Her daddy was never there for her. She like how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She cut a rug on the beat, snap to it. She love how the bad boys do it. Yeah, she love how the bad boys do it. She said she like trap music.
Want to get down with the Bars Revolution? We're on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Bars On Air.
I know you see me. Starting to get old. I know you see me, baby. You see it all in my soul. So what's the secret, baby? Where the hell did we go wrong? Said I'm the only man that ever held your heart. Tell me why you make me read your thoughts. You swear I'm playing games, aiming to outsmart. I feel your mind, body, spirit in the dark. You've been complaining, I ain't get you from the start. What you expect when you ain't never show your cards? Though you're from Venus and right now I feel more. No time, no space could keep a brother from your heart. I know you see me standing in the middle of the road. I won't repeat this. All this back and forth is starting to get old. I know you see me, baby. You see it all in my soul. So what's the secret, baby? Where the hell did we go wrong? It's okay, 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 it's okay. I don't want no breakfast in bed, babe, and I don't need expensive vacay stays. Can't seem to relate. How can we procreate? How can we procreate?
At the end of the day, we have to be real. This isn't for us. No point in wasting time.
Welcome back to the Balancing Act Radio Show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was D. Bell with Valerie, See Me. Before that, we had T. Wits with Bad Boys featuring Dre, Brooklyn Love with Take It There, and starting off the set, we had Don B. the Artist with Loot. Without further ado, let's get into this right here.
Sometimes they're dope and sometimes they're duds. But no matter what, there's always five and it's always an off. Fake me out, expert opinion only. It's, hold on, mind if we use your acronym? We'll take that as a yes. It's T5DOA, only on bars.
And ladies and gentlemen, we already have our special guest in the building already, the earliest arrival in bars history. Yes, indeed. This is none other than Miss D.YVONNE Rivers. Welcome. Welcome to bars.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here.
So happy.
Yeah, so you get to come early and chime in on the Thanksgiving conversation. Okay. Yes. So we were talking over the break. You said you were taking a trip?
Yeah, I'm going to Richmond tomorrow. It is tomorrow. That's what I said. It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow. I'm going to Richmond tomorrow. I got a 96-year-old aunt. Wow. She walks 3 miles every day.
Oh my
I think
goodness.
she's smaller than me. Well, it's 3 miles every day. Sharp as a bed, still right hand with no TV.
Wow.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, that's life goals right there. Like you want to get to that point of life where like, you know, like you're still active and you're still like, you know, lucid and everything. Yeah.
She's living life.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always pick her mind.
Yeah.
She was born in 1922. Yeah, she was born in 1922. How was it in the 30s? That's history.
Yeah, it is. We do. Absolutely. And that's you know, it's funny that you say that because that's part of my top 5 favorite things. I'm not gonna say what number it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, as I go through mine, you know, maybe you can think about yours as well. So my top 5 favorite things about Thanksgiving. Number 5, football.
Should I ask who's your team?
Well, my team is actually the Raiders.
Okay.
But the thing is, what's funny is that the reason why football is so low now is because I haven't even watched football in 2 years because I've been protesting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So and what's funny about that is that Washington's NFL team used to be my favorite football team.
Okay, used to be.
Yes, but for various reasons, I decided to turn in my fan card a long time ago. But even with that being the case, and even with me not watching football for the past 2 years, it's still on the list because like a lot of my memories attached to Thanksgiving have to do with like great football games, specifically the Washington Dallas games, and of course like for me probably the biggest memory was funny is that it was recently in 2012 when they went down to Dallas and beat Dallas for the first time ever. They had never beaten Dallas on Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were 0-6 leading up to that game, and they went in Dallas, beat them. That's when RG3 was still playing. You know what I'm saying? So that was a good time. You know, so like I said, a lot of my favorite memories when it comes to Thanksgiving have to do with football. Like I said, I haven't watched in 2 years, but still. Now my number 4 favorite thing is time off.
Okay. The Thursday and the Friday.
Yes, the Thursday and the Friday. Yes, because what's funny is it's not an automatic no matter where you work, even in the government. It's not an automatic. Like even at my job, we were confused. We got an email that kind of confused us like, okay, are we getting the Friday or are we not getting the Friday? Like, right. Like, which one is it? So, you know, I can say ever since I've been a kid and been in school and my entire career, like having a job, I have never worked the Friday after Thanksgiving. So I look forward to that 4-day weekend every single year. My number 3 thing would be the food. The food is delicious. Yeah, well, we're going to get to that. But I will say this. I was having a conversation with one of my fellow colleagues here at WNDC, Neen. Shout out Neen, Becky, Mike, Will, Skull, I'm forgetting Mr. Sean, CJ. Let me tell you, they had a wonderful show yesterday. I'm shouting out, let's be clear, and Mike's Corner. They had a wonderful show yesterday. They had these big behind baskets with like they had everything in these baskets. Like the turkey, like for like families in need, like the family, they didn't even have to buy anything. Like the only thing they might have had to buy was like eggs or something like that. But for the most part, everything, pans, seasoning, everything was in the basket. Like it was like one of the most awesome things I'd ever seen anybody do in terms of like helping out families on Thanksgiving. Like, and they had the families actually come into the studio and it was so one of the things that we were talking about was how stuffing is one of the most underrated and underappreciated parts of a Thanksgiving meal. Because what's funny is that it's always the thing that runs out first.
I know.
Always.
Now, what is the difference between stuffing and dressing? I just found this. I should say I found it out when we recently discussing stuffing versus dressing.
I heard this before, but I don't remember.
Dressing is on the outside.
Makes sense. That's simple.
Like it inside the bird because I believe they get more
Me too.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I was watching Food Network yesterday talking about how you can make the dressing as juicy as you can in the bird.
Yeah.
I put like extra.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's stuff. But I absolutely love stuffing. The 2 best stuffings I probably ever had. My mama's and my wife, her aunt, Tanita. Shout out Tanita. I hope you watching, Tanita. Her stuffing, she puts brown and served turkey sauce and like and cut up like apples. Like she'll use like yes. Woo! Come on now with the chicken goodness. Yes. Come on with the chicken goodness. That's it right there. Yeah. But I absolutely love them. That's one of my favorite things. Now, number 2, and this is why I had to kind of set this apart. My mama's sweet potato pie. It had to get its own slot. it had to get, like, on the list, it had to get its own slide. Like, you know, you got the turkey, you got the stuffing, you got the greens, you got the yams, you got all the good stuff. Not really a big fan of cranberries, so never really had that. But my mama's sweet potato pie. You know, when they came out with patty pies, you know, when Patty Bell put out her pies a couple years ago, I was like, this is overhyped. You know, and I knew as soon as they came out with them, I was like, I bet you her pies still ain't better than my mama's pies.
You know, it's almost the thing about my mama. You see, I go put my mama. I put my mama's pie because your mama's pie.
We going to have a fire war.
I can make you potato pie too.
I believe it.
Her name is Dorothy May, so I make the Dorothy May potato pie.
Dorothy May sweet potato. That's my grandmama's name, Dorothy May.
Really?
Yeah. How about that? Well, you know she a good cook 'cause she got the name Dorothy May. Yeah. Okay. I might believe you on that then. And then she from the country too? Oh yeah. I believe that. Yeah. But then my number one thing, of course, is family. That's always been my favorite thing about Thanksgiving. And what's crazy is that Thanksgiving has always been my favorite holiday. Well, let me rewind. It's been my favorite holiday since probably being a teenager. Once I outgrew Christmas, because you know Christmas, you know, as a kid, like all the great toys and stuff like that. But then you grow up and you realize like what all of the holidays are really about, especially around that time. It's about family. It's about spending time. It's about the laughter. It's about just seeing people. You know, seeing your family. A lot of times, family that you wouldn't see all the time. It's like a family reunion without the T-shirt. So those are my 5 favorite things. I mean, family. I look forward to it this particular year. Like I was telling you over the break. Like we're having our family, my wife's family, and then members of my family. They're gonna be over as well. So it's gonna be a nice little meshing of the families there. But you know, like that's what I look forward to the most. Like just having a good time with people, fellowshipping and everything. Okay, that's okay.
Family comes in.
All right.
That's part of the family is cooking.
Okay.
Like
I
would like to. Like growing up, my parents didn't see for a number of years. So it's like, you know, I have 2 older brothers. So a lot of times I sort of host them. But my favorite time is that you can come over early that day. We even spend the night. Because that's the whole thing about it. Almost like a summer party.
Yeah.
Night, you know, put that turkey on about 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, slide those yeast rolls.
Yeah.
Woo! See, Dorothy May.
Oh my goodness. Dorothy May is legendary.
So it's that family time. In other words, it's not just the dinner. Because you see other people coming with different things. What I'm talking about, that time before you whatever. It's like an early time or whatever. Go watch the greens or whatever. Go put the sweet potatoes and peeled potatoes. So it's like the work.
Yeah.
You know, and ideally, I'm going to host the dinner. You need to come over early, the night before, whatever.
Yeah.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
And really the key to this position, because I laugh because I'm going to my aunt's house in Richmond on tomorrow. And I called my cousin, what do you want me to bring? Now I had a friend laughing at this, and maybe your audience will enjoy it. So I missed the call when she called back. She left me a message and said, you can bring plantains, mangoes, and rice pudding. That's in the country. That first thought. Plantains and rice pudding. What kind of dinner we gonna have?
Right. Because I'm already over here like,
You know,
interesting.
and then so when I called her, it's like, mangoes? You want fresh? You want them cut up?
Yeah.
You know, and plantains. I know we got people in the West Indian family or whatever. That old plantains. I don't do plantains.
Yeah.
And then my rice pudding, no, I'm not bringing some potato pie. I don't do rice pudding.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when I said it's different meals and different dishes, you get to have a whole plethora of different dishes that I like. So that's what you know. And of course, the cooking itself, you know, and I'm an experimenter. You know, I like to do the recipe and test it out and see if it's coming to taste this, you know, and get some reviews and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but it comes down to that. Never been into a Black Friday thing, so it's pretty much
Me neither.
the whole thing. Yeah, football is always on.
Yeah.
USA is always on.
Yes, yeah.
But it really used to be a lot more into football.
Yeah.
And I tell you, my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh yeah.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
I had a Super Bowl party. First
What?
one I ever had. Haven't had a Super Bowl party since then.
How about
What was
that?
1988.
1988.
88?
That was 88.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach Bull. We was yelling and screaming. We just happy to see a black man win
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And has it happened before?
Russell
Who
Wilson.
That's right. Seattle. Okay. But that was momentous in that period. That was. So the whole thing was eating in the afternoon. It's like drinking music, watching football, a combination of things. Of doing popcorn. I'm a conversationist. I like some good family history, so I'm going to ask you questions. Talk to me about this. Or whatever. You know. So that's pretty much for the Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Things I like.
Yeah.
Simple things in life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So let me read some of the comments that I got from people on Facebook. Let's see, Natalie Norfus, she said food, lots of food, designated time with loved ones. Sometimes you need that. My homie Kay Taylor, he said food, period.
Food is number one, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
My homie, my best friend Country, he said leftovers. And yes. Can we please talk about yes?
Okay, I got some recipes.
Yeah.
You take that turkey, you take that stuffing,
Yeah.
you beat up some eggs, you put some cheese in there, you got a casserole. You got a breakfast casserole right there. And then you got the routine sandwiches.
Right.
They got gourmet, so that's what we do. So you do chicken, slice up the turkey,
Yeah.
and you do the chicken. It's a good way. It's like big slices or whatever.
Yeah.
Put like some Swiss cheese in there, provolone cheese with that. And you use that. That's the same.
I think if Country see that, you know, he from the country too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if
Yeah.
he's either made that or he's listening like,
Try it out.
yeah,
Try it out.
yeah. Country, hope you
Try it out.
take notes. So let's see. Karen Wright Mosley, she said family. Even if there were no food, I'm always grateful to see family. When all your family lives in different states, you learn to be appreciative of time. My brother, Jalil, he said alcoholic beverages. Yes, I am the drunk uncle.
Okay, you're over in the corner.
because let me tell you, I have a cousin, and I love my cousin dearly. But it was one Thanksgiving she came over my mom's house, and this woman put that so I don't even know what the bill was like. Old Milwaukee or some random bill, Milwaukee Ice or some random bill that I probably don't ever drink. She threw back like at least 10 of them joints in my face. Yes, she was still lucid. I was like, how? Like, I mean, she wasn't slurring her words, anything. And what's crazy is that she came over my mom's house earlier, and my mom said she was drinking.
That was not her first time.
No. yeah. Like, I mean, she ain't stumbled. She didn't slur her words, anything. She was like on it, sharp.
And the most we would have like 30. And we had the spicy children.
But you had to have a difference.
Sometimes the children got into the spike and you didn't know. It's like, what old did you drink up? What old did you drink up?
Right. That's hilarious. Yeah. So my homie Gladiator, he said, seeing the family members who actually dress up just to eat turkey and fall asleep in the living room.
But you know what? That's the thing. I think we sort of got years ago. Dress.
Yeah.
What it is. And that's something that I think a lot of the traditions, maybe you should bring some of it back. You know, you can still relax, you know, whatever, but the actual dinner and see now the thing about it, now when I say formal, I'm having it in my place, it is like crystal and china.
Wow.
And I'm telling you a story.
Okay.
I remember probably about 10 or 15 years ago, and my best friend is college going to her in-laws' house, some in-laws, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, whatever. So I'm going on with them. Okay. So we arrive at the house, and it's big. It's from like 15 people, 15, 20 people. Table to him. Joe, when he pulled out paper plates, I had met folks before. Excuse me, do you have plates?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, we do. I will wash the dishes. But you know. And he pulled out plates, and it was like, she was saying that she didn't have enough. Doesn't matter what you imagine. We're talking real close.
Right.
And I washed dishes. I washed dishes, but I was not in the house. Understand if you have to, that's what you got, the situation, whatever.
Right.
But when you have it and you're not using it, because that was a big thing for me. You have your best, you're trying to do this. I
hear that.
Where a lot of people pull out just for special occasions.
Yeah.
To me, every day is a special occasion. I'll wash dishes.
I like that. I like that whole every day is a special occasion. That's a word. Yeah.
And stuff tastes different. A lot of people don't know that, but it tastes different. Try it. Even water.
That's true. That's
Even
very true.
water.
Yeah.
Even water.
What's funny about you saying that is that I use mason jars a lot. And so, like, anything that I'm making without having a mason jar, say, like, if it's sitting overnight versus if I have it in one of those BPA-free bottles or whatever, it's a total difference. And it's very subtle, but it's different. Yeah. And then Charles, my boy Charles from Hobart, he said, talking spicy about family members who aren't at said dinner.
Everybody do that anyway.
Yeah.
You know, so and so. Or then talk about the food.
Right.
Or really, like, you even tell people to bring something. Don't tell her bring that because she can't cook it. Or when the stuff is on the table, so and so did that.
Right.
So and so did that. Whether it's good or bad.
Especially potato salad. Don't let somebody bring some champ potato salad. Like, nope. Sally made the potato salad.
I know. And pass it down. Then you end up with nobody eats potato salad. At the end of the day, it's like, nobody eat my potato salad. You can't take it on home.
Try to give it to people like, I had enough. But there's none gone. Like, I had enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I appreciate you chiming in on that. Let me see if I got any. Oh, hold on. I don't know why there was problems hearing us. Apparently I didn't even know that. But I don't see any additional comments about Thanksgiving, so I guess that's a wrap for that. So I definitely appreciate you chiming in on that. So when we get back, we're gonna take a music break, a commercial break, and then when we come back, it's showtime. The woman of the hour.
Ready for it.
All right, I'm ready for it too.
Call in with questions?
They can.
Tell them call in with questions.
Yes. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, when we come back in the 12 o'clock hour, you have any questions for Miss D.YVONNE Rivers, aka Phoebe?
That's it.
And we gonna get to that too. I definitely want to bust that down. But if you have any questions in the 12 o'clock hour, the number is 240-389-3397. Or if you're watching via Facebook Live, you can put your questions in the live, and I will pose the questions to Ms. Rivers, and she will answer any question. She will answer it, and it will be a thorough answer. It will be the best answer you're going to get. I guarantee. Yes. So we're going to go ahead and get back into the music. This is Bro B featuring Jamel Mr. City with Baby It's You, and you are listening to the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
But on the full house, you ain't looking the photo. I've been down a while ago, just piece it all together. Been down, not who I used to be, I'm on another level. No need to worry, not looking for labels. That's what I'm bringing, I brought the whole table. You. Baby, it's you.
I was gonna write you, I was gonna tell you that there ain't nobody like you. I was gonna play it off, keep acting I don't like you. But something deep inside said you need me, so I'm right here. Yeah, a different lane from the lanes. Took a minute to explain that I'm more than just the same. I just want the time, nothing else. Or maybe sip some wine if it helps. Or maybe take a ride, won't you hold on? I can only hold my feelings back for only so long. Lending you an ear if you need me. Or find a special spot you can meet me. You want it, you got it, girl, say so. The choices are yours, please don't say no. You're feeling my vibe, body say go. No line for no hookup, it's all about
you. Baby, it's you. Exactly what you were sent to this earth for. I stand on my own too, I'm done with that to retire off us. I'm thinking you had to be made for me because we blend with no force. Exceeding my status, you everything I wanted and a little more. Baby, it's you. Baby, it's you.
We can't come up with all of the dopeness of duds. If you have a top 5 you want us to tackle, then send your topic of suggestion along with your name, city, and social media info to Balancing Act Radio Show at gmail.com or message us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter at Bars on Air.
This is Cuckoo Production. Love. But love is not love. Does anyone have a heart? Does anyone love like a fool? I know I may sound like a broken record. Does anyone love like I do? 'Cause I'm yearning for your loving every day. Yes, I'm yearning for your loving every day. It's like a 'cause I'm yearning for your loving every day. Yes, I'm yearning for your loving every day. Love is like a hidden pain. It's like a piece of glass cutting away at my flesh all day. It's like love is a hidden pain. Love is like a hidden pain. It's like a piece of glass cutting away at my flesh all day. Love is like a hidden pain.
I said love is like joy and pain. That's what May said. You get caught up in that maze trying to chase it. I'ma keep it 100, be patient. I'ma hold you down through your trials and tribulations. And I promise I'll always be faithful. You got my heart, so how can I replace you? You like red, white, and blue, I salute you. I lead by what I say, and everything I say is true. And I ain't gonna talk about it, I'ma show you. And just like art, I'ma mold you, hold you, console you, take you to the places that you thought that you could never go to. And I ain't just talking about the physical, I'm talking mental, I'm talking spiritual. The type of love that replenish you. You better me so I can better you. So what you trying to do?
Love is like a hidden pain. It's like a piece of glass cutting away at my flesh all day. It's like love is a hidden pain. Love is like a hidden pain. It's like a piece of glass cutting away at my flesh all day. Love is like a hidden pain.
Giving you the full spectrum with our topics, segments, guests, and of course, the best indie music in the DMV and beyond. This is the Balancing Act Radio Show, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
J-Heat. Hustle every anything. Flex on flex on flex. Yes. Flex on flex on flex. Flex on flex on flex. When I flex, I flex the best. When I flex on flex on flex. Yes. They can't do it like me. Flex on flex on with a G. When I flex, we flex the best. When I flex on flex on flex. Yes. They can't do it like me. Flex with J-Heat. Okay, I be drippin' swag, boy, that's flex on top of flex. We drippin'. Get cash, boy, that's checks on top of checks. Keep spending. Dropping hits, yo, yeah, the next after the next. Keep winning. Like Khaled that said, yo, we the best out of the best. Okay, I been on flex. Wrist game flex. Whip game flex. Okay, riding with your chick, got your on flex. And we blowing on that gas, got a zip on deck like flex. Hey, that's that flexation. Take a vacation. That's that flexcation. When they flex Nathan, that's when they flex hating. But if they wanna flex, no, I keep that flex waiting. I flex the best. When I flex on flex, yes. They can't do it like me. Can't flex with a G. When I flex. This that water flow. Calling plays, I got that audible. When I'm not around, she listen to me on the audio. Cause I got game, more game than a carnival. You ain't got no game, yo, this old, you a dinosaur. Just wanna bring that beef, I eat it like a carnival. Anyone can get it, any, meeny, miny, mo. I'ma come out swinging like Geronimo. Who the f is trying to go? Tell your bitch it's time to go. Took her from that party, now it's time to get that private show. She sick of all you lames, she use me as the antidote. Finna kill that, put this bullet in her pantyhose. She looking like a star, so I had to make a cameo. Booty so round, yeah, I call that day that merry-go. We We be getting money, we be stunting everywhere we go. When I ride by, they like, oh, when they go. I flex the best, the best. When I flex, they can't do it like me. Can't with a G. When I flex, I flex the best, the best. When I flex, they can't do it like me. Can't with J Heat.
That's how we feel about this track right here. This is the Fish Grease Pick of the Week, only on Bars, on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yeah. Oh, this crazy. Black Matter. Feel me? La, yeah, right, love, you niggas ain't bout it. What don't kill you make you stronger. Still supply on them corners. I was doubted, since coded. Niggas been folded, ain't nothing to it to expose them. How you gon' win when you live life in sin? See, it makes sense when you find what's within. I was on 10 when these lames just began. Lost so many friends with this lifestyle I'm in. Believe that, hold up, pray to God to make a way. I hope my soul that he would take. I'm pushing through these final days, I'm bout it. The brokest niggas always be the loudest. Ones who real to seem to keep it solid. Never let these discount your wallet. I was going hard till kingdom come. Now with the sun, cause I shine like one. Gotta charge it to the game. They only love you when you come around. Come around, believe that down. They only love you when you come around. Come around, Look, hold up, look. A 9 to 5, I keep pushing. Still proceed to keep cooking. Chefing in the kitchen, see that boy get busy. Mixing up them flavors, might as well with me. Who got the power to make more change than a little bit? Be a little red, mumbling they sentences. When it's time to comprehend, they don't seem to understand the concept of real has a difference. It's like when they fall, they never see the come up. I've been grinding 7 different summers. Fame, no fortune, never made me change. Still gotta charge it to the game. Oh Lord, fall victim to the truth. With the use, gotta identify the proof. Feel my vibe and make you feel the use. Pick your side and make sure you're true. Gotta charge it to the game. They only love you when you come around. Come around, believe that down. They only love you when you come around. Come around, believe that. They only love you when you come around. Come around, when you down. They only love you when you come around. Lord.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was our Fish Grease Pick of the Week. That was LB1990X with Charge It to the Game. He was one of the artists that was at R&B Nostalgia, DC Takeover Volume 5 that I hosted on Friday. He gave a great performance along with Bria Janae. Before that, we had Jay Heat with Flex. Tia Day featuring Moo Dollar with Hidden Pain. And starting off the set, we had Ro B with Baby It's You featuring Jamel Mr. City. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break. But when we come back, we will have our special guest of the day, highlighting her and all that she does. So please, tell a friend, please tune in, especially if they are running a business, starting a business, having trouble with their business, whatever it is. This is the woman they want.
Or have a life question.
Yes, or have a life question. Exactly.
Life question.
Exactly. This woman is just full of gems. So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. And we will be right back with the official Hump Day motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
Win DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store on your iPhone or your Android. Any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad, iPad Mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
The Shops at Iverson is now undergoing a transformation, creating a mixed-use center where the community can come together to eat, shop, relax, and feel connected. The Shops at Iverson is a 600 KSF mixed-use property consisting of retail and office space now available. Located inside the Beltway on Branch Avenue, Maryland, just minutes from downtown D.C. It's an exciting time at the Shops at Iverson. Several beautiful renovation projects are ongoing, transforming the Shops at Iverson into the new safe community hub. DMV, get ready to enjoy the new food court. Opening late spring, early summer, featuring new restaurants like Chipotle, Quickway Hibachi, Tropical Smoothie, Wingstop, and free Wi-Fi. The Shops at Iverson, the original home of the world-famous Snickerdoodle cookies, is completing several cosmetic improvements to the mall interior, facade, and parking garage. The Shops at Iverson is the new home of Go Win Media, comprised of the DMV's premier internet radio stations, Go Radio Live and Win DC Radio. For updates and more details, check out shopiverson.com. That's shopiverson.com.
Foreplay the Orgasm Show. I am your host, Hot Toddy, along with the Turn Up team, Miss Lolly and Showtime. Foreplay the Orgasm Show is each and every Tuesday night from 8 to 10, bringing you the sexy slow jams with very adult interactive conversation, only on Win DC Radio.
Man, look, y'all already know what time it is. It's your boy, Gerard Street Garvey, and my DJ, Kid Cannon. And when we together, you know what it is. Grind Season Radio, each and every Wednesday from 8 to 10 on Win DC Radio. Don't forget it. Yeah.
Looking for a new look? Check out Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, Hillcrest Heights, Maryland. You'll get quality services done by developing stylists and barbers. Senior discounts offered weekly and free barbershop services available when you present a flyer. Chemical treatments are also available. Call 301-899-9100 for hours of operation. Hair Academy 2 in the Shops at Iverson, 3705 Branch Avenue, Suite 1010, lower level, Hillcrest Heights. A new look is waiting for you at Hair Academy 2.
Win DC Radio brings to you the app. Yes, the app is now available on your Google Play and your App Store on your iPhone or your Android. Any of your pads that you might be using, be it if it's an iPad, iPad Mini, or if you have a Samsung Note, doesn't matter what you have, any mobile device, you can get the app so you can listen where you're at to Win DC Radio.
We hope you didn't go too far. It's time for the second hour of the Balancing Act radio show, hosted by AJ Throwback, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second hour of Bars, and we are officially here. You know what? I just realized we have to tee you up properly. Yeah, we gotta introduce you properly, bar style. You know, we have a specific intro that we always play. So I gotta give you your just due.
All right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what we do around this time.
Whether they're artists, athletes, entrepreneurs, politicians, activists, or simply folks you need to know, we've got the line to the movers and shakers of DC, Maryland, Virginia, and beyond. This is 15 minutes of game on the Balancing Act radio show.
And when we say game, there's gonna be some game drop today. Knowledge and jewels drop today. Like I said in the beginning before you got here, I've been looking forward to this interview since June.
I know. We were scheduling June.
We were scheduled in August.
August, okay.
Right, but I think you had something you had to do. I think it was at the Trinidadian Embassy.
Yeah. I had 27 Trinidad women, and I'm the only. And they were like, I was only non-Trini in the room.
Yeah.
As well
yeah.
as on Zoom, somewhere actually in the country.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's an awesome time. We're doing another one December 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good starting point because one of the things that I was reading in I think I'm a little hot. One of the things that I was reading in your bio was how you've done some traveling. Like
yes.
you've expanded your reach to like Ghana, South
Yes.
Africa, Trinidad and Tobago.
Global.
Yes,
Headquarters in DC, but global.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what I like.
Yes.
That's what I like
yes.
right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I'm going to do what you used to always have us do in Jumpstart.
I knew this was
you
coming.
knew this was coming.
I'm ready for you.
I know you ready. I'm not even worried. So I'm going to ask you to give your quick pitch.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is D.YVONNE Rivers. I am the CEO and principal of Phoebe Marketing Group, and you can call me Phoebe. Many years I've seen business owners just fail, and I wondered why. And a lot of times I did workshops for SBA facilitator, and they'd come to me and say, what's next? And I always would ask them, so what's your idea? What's your passion? And what I found out, most people didn't have a plan. They didn't have the steps. Not that their idea didn't work, but they just didn't know what to do. So I became their success coach. I became their next step coach. I was face to face with them, back to back with them, to help them 1, 2, 3, 4 to work toward having a successful business. Out of that, I've created the American Dream Business Pitch Competition that really came from DC Shark Tank, as well as the American Dream Business Institute. And on there, we have classes from Jumpstart Your Business, Guerrilla Marketing, how to create a killer guerrilla marketing plan, how to grow your business, how to start a nonprofit. You really have to have the knowledge. And a lot of times people just think, I got an idea, let me start a business. That is not the way to do it. So if you want to be successful, you need to call Phoebe.
Mm-hmm. And I can vouch for that. I can vouch 100% for that. And just the pitch. See how sharp that pitch was, y'all? that's years and years of knowing.
I'm not 100 now.
No. You know, I mean, you know, years and years.
I claim every
years,
year.
Years could be 10.
I claim every year. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been over 30 years I've been in business.
Yeah.
Been over 30 years.
That's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
And you can tell because you are sharper than sharp.
And you know, and today you have to be.
Yeah.
Because not even thinking about for its differences in cultures or classes or whatever, you've got to show up 150%.
Yes.
On time, every time, ahead of time, and really to even get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think we were talking early. I got here early. I'm always early because I want to be point, whatever, get things straight. If I'm late for something, y'all better check on me and call 911 because something's up.
I mean, what's funny is that's even true when I was in Jumpstart. Was that like, I mean, you were always the first one, like early. Like the class supposed to start at like 7. I think you were on Zoom at like 6:30.
That's right, waiting for you.
But it's good training, and I think it's good how you encourage your students, or you encourage anybody to have that same mindset.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. Yeah. And not only for is it on early and on point and on time, but really with your agenda. In other words, you don't wait for it to come to you, and you know that. I'm going to push you. I push people.
Yes.
I push people because I push myself, because no one's going to come knock on your door and say, I want to buy your stuff.
Right.
You have to have a strategy to really be in front of them so they'll know you to order to buy your stuff.
Yes.
It sounds very simplistic, but it really is. But you have to come up with a strategy that will allow you to do it. You should be able to describe what you do. You don't want people walking away from you asking them, what did they do? Because you have no clue.
Yeah.
That means you did not come across the way you need to come across. Because if you have, you will really put something I call a bug in your ear that, hey, I want to talk to them later.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
Yeah.
You know, so-and-so is looking for that. I need to refer people, you know, because that's the whole point, that if people I'm working with do not refer me, I'm not doing something right.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
I'm not doing something right, because most people will have a idea and they will start it, and they may get some good instruction, but they don't have everything together. You got a little bit over here, a little bit over there. They've been to different workshops for SBA, and I've done tons of them. But you're not going to get everything together unless you have a coach that's going to walk you through the steps.
Yeah.
And that's what jumpstarts your business. Make money in 30 days. And that's what you went through.
Yes,
so,
yes.
You know, and I saw the growth in you from the time you started to the time you finished the course.
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what it's all about.
I can say that, and first and foremost, I'm thanking you publicly.
Thank
you.
you.
Know what I'm saying? I mean, I've thanked you many a times, but I'm thanking you publicly for everything that you taught me, because it helped me to look at business in a totally different way. Because I had been running the business for 5 years, specifically before I came to you through Marcel. Gotta definitely shout out Marcel.
Yeah, Marcel. Hey, Marcel, and you listening. Susan may be too.
Yes. Hopefully Susan is watching. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I mean, just your perspective and the ways of looking at things. Because I think one of the things that's natural for us to do as entrepreneurs or people who are in business for ourselves, one of the things that we tend to do is look at things complex. And I think that's with everything.
Yeah.
You know, we tend to look at things complex instead of looking at the simple ways
and
that we can.
On it.
Right.
And building on it. And a lot of times, see, if you think of it as complex, you will convince yourself you can't do it.
Right.
And you may have heard me say, get off or go. I'm going to do this. How many years you been going to do it?
Right.
How many years? So when are you going to get off or go? And most people can't get off or go because they really don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And they won't ask nobody. So you have to ask someone.
Right.
And it's nothing wrong with asking someone, because just as you said, you've been in business before. I've had people that I've trained who've been in business 20, 30 years. But are you truly the success you want to be or need to be or could be?
Right.
And if you're not, then listen to someone or learn how, or really to able to tweak what you've got. You probably have the basic fundamentals there. Probably have that. But have you maximized? Because, you know, we always talk about, especially in guerrilla marketing, I talk about, it's not about sales, it's about profit. Because you may say, I'm busy. Now, see, when people tell me they're busy, I normally ask them, you making any money?
Right, because busy doesn't mean
anything.
anything.
Making any money?
Busy being broke.
So it's like, you know, we all have to do legwork.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people, I plan my day accordingly. And accordingly, the first priority is what's going to bring me money now or later.
Yeah.
And you really have to work that in.
Yes.
And not for the fact that everything is about money, but if you do your very best, and you may have heard me say this, Joe, my only competition is excellence.
I hear that.
My only competition. So as long as I'm excellence, I'm going to be that. I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
But it is, I say, that package, that strategy, looking at it non-complex, and to break it down. You know, one thing I do, and not pride myself, but I found that business owners, they need it broken down. They're not going to be able to take, you can buy all the books you can, business books, you can go on SBA, you can download templates of business plans, you can go to seminars and so forth. But until you're able to put it together step by step, from your business idea to putting it into fruition that you actually are making money, you will not be successful.
Right.
And the training on Jumpstart or guerrilla marketing or grow your business, because it's on the Zoom platform. You know, we see each other, so I see different expressions. Because Joe would say, I start the class off. Okay, let's hear your pitch. Is somebody scrambling, or do I have to go first? You know, you always got that.
Right.
Do I have to be the first one?
Right.
You know, and then it's like, don't look at me. You know, I'm like, I do it fine when I'm out with you not on the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think one occasion I think I turned my back. Don't look at me. Just don't look at me or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, so it's the whole thing, and I push people because, and I'll say this, I'm in the room with you to help you. When you leave outside this room, they're not there to help you.
Right.
But if you get it right in the room, you can go against anyone. Go against anyone.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things, and it's funny because when Marcel first introduced me to you, you know, of course, she introduced me to you as Yvonne Rivers. But then I kept seeing the name Phoebe.
Okay.
And I was confused. I was like, okay, did I hear her name wrong? Like, what's the Phoebe thing? But then I was listening to an interview where you explained.
Oh,
where
did you hear that interview?
Yes.
Okay.
Where you explained where Phoebe came from. And it made me respect you even more and admire your brand even more. force and everything that's attached to it. So, and I understand that it's a spiritual meaning. So please explain to my listeners exactly what is the significance of Phoebe.
Okay. The name Phoebe actually came to me with a divine vision, actually in 1988. And quite frankly, I have to be very honest, but first it's like, Phoebe. No, Phoebe Snow.
You know what's funny? That's the first thing I thought. Did she ever think about Phoebe Snow?
I knew Phoebe Snow. And it's like, and it's just as sure as if God was in the room with me.
Yeah.
It's like 16th chapter of Romans. Check it out. So when I went to 16th chapter of Romans, Phoebe was a bad businesswoman back in ancient times.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, in ancient times, women weren't that respected with not really having a voice and so forth. But she took care of business.
Yeah.
And that's why my company is named Phoebe Marketing Group, because it's based out of Phoebe from ancient time, biblical time. She took care of business then, and I'm taking care of business now.
I hear that.
So that's what the origin of Phoebe is.
I had to lay it out there for the listeners, because I was intrigued, and I was even more intrigued once I found out the significance behind it. So, and I mean, that definitely lays down a great foundation for what you do.
Right. And for the fact, probably the past 10 years, I've branded myself to be called Phoebe, because D.YVONNE Rivers is my name, but it's like, call me Phoebe. Because calling me Phoebe puts me as Phoebe the business coach, Ask Phoebe, all of that. So when you say, and Phoebe cashes. So I had one client, they didn't put Phoebe Marketing Group, they just put Phoebe on the check. He cashed. So, call me Phoebe. Call me Phoebe. I go by Phoebe.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hear that. Them blessings came.
That's
regardless. Couldn't stop it.
That's it. At the same time, when I'm out, it's strange when you say that, because I do a lot of speaking and expos and workshops and so forth, and someone had only knew me by Phoebe. And it must have been a larger workshop. She didn't really recognize me face to face. I was at another event, and I'm like sitting in a chair, and actually I introduced myself and turned to someone and said, "My name is D.YVONNE Rivers," and they called me Phoebe. And then a person behind me said, "You Phoebe? I never knew your name. I just thought Phoebe was your name."
Yeah.
So, and which is
That's
good.
hilarious. Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Which is good. Good branding.
Yeah.
Good
That's
branding.
excellent branding.
Good branding. Yeah.
So, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, I see who you are now, and anybody who knows you sees who you are now. But I always like to go to people's backstory. Like, what were your humble beginnings that inspired you to even want to become somebody who was in business for herself?
Is this a 1-hour show?
We got some time.
I like to tell people I'm in my 4th or 5th lifetime.
Okay.
Grew up, and I think we were having a conversation about Thanksgiving. Grew up in the country. Grew up in D.C., then Wooded County, Virginia.
Okay.
That's my D.C.
Okay.
That's my D.C.
I picked that up.
That's my D.C. On the farm.
Yeah.
On the farm, we raised everything. I mean, everything. We were like self-sufficient. Had chickens, pigs, cows, wheat, whatever.
Yeah.
Worked on the farm. My actual first business I started, I was 8 years old. I wanted a bicycle.
Okay.
Now, my parents, we had a farm. My dad actually worked civil service at Fort Lee at that particular time. But pretty much, if you wanted something like that, you got to get some money, whatever. And this whole little thing, it was 3 of us. I have 2 older brothers. And a lot of times people say people who have farms, they have children to be farm workers, which is really true. Because we weren't paid.
Yeah.
We were working on the farm. You didn't get a paycheck.
Right,
You didn't
right.
get a paycheck. But at age 8, I wanted a bicycle. And reading, I always an avid reader. Always an avid reader. And actually, I have an aunt in Philadelphia who taught Philadelphia public schools for 45 years. She was my mentor, taught me to read.
Yeah.
So she would come down in the summertime. So in other words, I would read, and I saw something about these custom printed Christmas cards. People don't do Christmas cards like they used to do.
Yeah.
But Christmas cards used to be really big, and people have printed Christmas cards. So I sent away for the brochure. And you could order Christmas cards, but you had to take orders. So I'm like 8 years old, walking down a dirt road, going to houses probably half a mile apart.
Yeah.
Or at church or school, whatever. I made enough money to buy my bicycle.
Wow.
And light bulb, it's like, okay, I can make some money.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
else can I do? with that. And like in high school, and a lot of things in high school, softball and whatever, I sold fire alarms door to door.
What?
I was like, what? That's what I said too. So that entrepreneurship. Likewise, as I said, my parents had farms, and that was the second generation, third generation. So farming was in it. A lot. My dad had 6 brothers. They were carpenters and all. So I saw people. Two grandmothers who had these country stores. So I saw them, and even they were not learned with education. But one particular grandmother, and I tell you, she really was my inspiration, because she didn't have a lot of schooling, but she knew if she bought low, she could sell high.
Yeah.
And never drove. So when I got old enough to drive, I would take her, quote unquote, into town, which was Petersburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
and when she would go to buy things in the country store, that she would ask the price, and whatever the price, she's like, well, can I get, if I buy 2 or 3 of these, can I get it cheaper, and so forth. So that concept of economics really put me forward, is the fact that you really can do that. But you have to think and like things like that. But my first lifetime that I wanted to be was actually pre-med. I majored in pre-med at Lincoln University, Pennsylvania. Got accepted to 2 medical schools. Didn't have enough money to go. Accepted to Rutgers as well as Medical College, Virginia. So after that, I was an analytical chemist.
Wow.
For 5 years in Reynolds Metals and research and development. Now, do you see me locked up in a lab for 20 years? I couldn't see myself. I had to bust out. I had to bust out.
The time that I've known you, I can't even see you being
I was there maybe
somewhere
2
long.
years. Maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Quit that job without having anything else. So I've always had the faith to step out when I knew that was not for me and I wanted something better.
Right.
So I stepped out without having a job. Took care of myself, actually substitute teaching.
Okay.
And at nighttime, I actually went to school and actually got my broker's license.
Okay.
With American Express.
Wow.
So I was a stockbroker for American Express for 11 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And that was 1979.
Okay.
Now, a lot of times people say I don't sound like I'm black over the phone, and when I showed up at that door, it was like, hello, guess who's coming to dinner? But along with it, what it taught me, as well as, you can't use your race, your culture, or education, or lack of this as an excuse. You've got to do your very best.
Yeah.
When I started producing, they could care less whether I was red, black, or polka dot. I moved up the ladder to district manager, and I became their first African-American woman district manager out of 500.
Wow.
My district was in the top 10 each particular year. That really got me into teaching, workshops, and I would travel the country and going to different cities, doing sales training, teaching people how to grow. At that time, I really started my own business. That was 1979, my first official as a self-employed contractor, because I had my own office with the American Express secretary and all that. So I haven't had a paycheck from anyone since I left Reynolds Metals as an analytical chemist in 1976.
Wow.
Different aspects or whatever there. So after American Express really went through, I call it a renaissance or whatever, a lot of things happened. Divorce, miscarriage, mom died and whatever. So hello, go completely solo here now. So D.YVONNE Rivers Limited was founded, and Phoebe Marketing Group came about 2 years ago, and I've been just morphing over the past 30 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
And changing as the economy changes as situations change, seizing opportunities to put them into place.
Yeah, and you know that is a perfect segue to what I wanted to ask you. So, Phoebe Marketing Group, you've had it since was 97?
97.
Okay, so
97.
In that time, I mean, you know, like time, you see a lot of different changes, a lot of different things. What's some of the things that you can say that, especially when it comes to like effective marketing strategies, like what's some of the things that you've seen remain the same? And if anything, and what are some of the biggest changes that you've seen yourself, many of which you may have had to adjust to yourself?
Well, the basic concept never changes with marketing is about numbers. Marketing is about numbers. Like in 1997, internet was really not that prevalent and so forth. And at that particular time, and I think we mentioned off air, that I used to do radio. And along with it, for in radio, and actually, when I first started in 1997 with Phoebe Marketing Group, it was pretty much doing mainly with business corporations. I actually do that media, actually produce radio, television commercials, develop their marketing plan, their strategy, and so forth with that. Then I morphed into actually working with nonprofits, events, Some of my projects have been like Hampton Jazz Festival, Afram Festival. Had some awesome things I've done like that. I guess my most interesting project for the event that I produced or worked with marketing and sponsorship for the Dallas Black Dance Theater, that they did a dance production of Porgy and Bess.
Oh, wow.
We had the premiere at Kennedy Center in 1998. That was awesome.
Yeah, that
was
sounds awesome. Yeah.
We traveled 32 cities, and they went to South Africa with that. And so that was a concept of getting into target demographics. So when I say the concept doesn't change, marketing is about numbers. Marketing is about developing your target demographic, getting in front of them. Remember your 1 minute business plan?
That's right.
Your products and services, who you're going to sell them to, and how you're going to get in front of them.
Yeah.
And what the changes have come since technology have come with websites and whatever. So how many remember fax machines?
I remember fax. We still have a fax machine.
Right, yeah, right. But fax machines were sort of the precursor to the internet.
Right.
That were doing fax marketing, you know, with that. And then email marketing. Now with social media, you got the whole world in front of you.
Right.
So you find yourself still morphing into whatever technology will come about, but you have to stay focused to the business concept, which is the same. Marketing is about numbers. Number one, 3 different things have to be in place. You have to have the right message to the right people the right number of times. Don't go out and buy a full page ad and think you're going to get people. You need to have the combination of maybe a quarter page ad here, radio commercial, TV commercial, direct mail, you know, Facebook, whatever. Just mixed media.
Yeah.
You really can't get it in one, but you have to reach your people. So you have to find out what they're listening to. Where are they? Because you need to be in front of where they are, wherever they are. Could be the golf course, could be the soccer team, could be the PTA, could be the grocery store. But that's your job to find it out. So what has changed, the concepts that stays the same, the different marketing methods have changed over the past 20 years and will continue to change.
Right.
And you have to really stay abreast of that. Since where R4 is World Wide Web, that's why I said that I've sort of moved a lot of my training I do with the American Dream Business online. I would do in person. You know, I would do 4 sessions and whatever. They would hire, some people would hire me as a contractor to do 6 weeks of classes, Tuesday and Thursday nights, 7 to 9. So I would go to a location, whereas now I'm in front of my computer.
Right.
And I'm loving that.
Yeah.
So I'm loving that. So things morph, and you have to morph with it. But you still got to stay focused to the business concept, the basic business concept, your mission and your vision, what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
Don't chase the money.
Right.
Don't chase the money.
Right.
Chase your vision. That's what you have to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, one of the things I wanted to also talk to you about was the fact that, and this is another thing that Marcel has been a beneficiary of, and that is the American Dream Business Pitch Competition, formerly known as DC Shark Tank.
Right.
And which you are the creator and producer of.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask you was, and you kind of talked about this a little bit at the beginning, but what's the significance of a business owner learning how to effectively pitch? Okay. And what is one of the key components that you help prepare people in order to pitch effectively?
Why a business owner needs to have an effective pitch, because every time you go out, when you're at the grocery store, when you're anywhere, you need to tell people that 30 seconds, 60 seconds, a minute on who you are, what you do, and why you're a benefit to them. And it has to be succinct. It has to be ear-catching, that they can remember you. And most people, businesses can't do that. I was in a networking Tuesday morning, probably 50 people in the room. And they had everybody stand up. It was like, well, I was born in Bowie and I went to so-and-so high school. We don't care. What do you do?
Right.
Our attention span, we're in a microwave society.
Yeah.
Our attention span is 10 seconds. You don't get me in that first 10 seconds, I'm going to leave you alone. I'm going to tune you out. I'm gone. I'm not going to pay any more attention to you. So if you don't catch them with that. So you've got to really be able to say, just as you heard, I went maybe, I don't know what my pitch, maybe 30 or 45 seconds of one I did, but in that first 10 seconds, my name is Phoebe. I'm the business coach. I help you achieve your dream. Yeah. That's what I can do for you. Are you achieving your dreams there? Would that catch somebody's attention?
Right. Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You got to come up with something like that, especially in networking situations. You got 30 seconds, you got 50 people, whatever. You want people to come to you at the end. Hey, I heard what you say. Let's talk.
Right.
And what I found over these 20-some years of working with people, that even businesses I work with, that marketing plan or help develop the business plan, they couldn't go in front of a group, or they couldn't go in front and get a business, do a business presentation or get a contract, because they didn't know how to even share what they may have had right in front of them.
Yeah.
Business plan is your basically your blueprint. But when you pitching or trying to get a contract, a proposal or whatever, instead of reading a PowerPoint to someone, you've got to be able to share with someone, and maybe a team of people, in 1 minute or 2 minutes, who you are, what your company can do for them.
Yeah.
And that was the benefit. So the idea of so many people weren't doing it, that's why, and Shark Tank started in 2009. And so it really just took off or whatever, and then you saw so many different people. And it was, I would look in front of the TV, and half of them I laugh at. I said, don't you, I'm like screaming at the TV. You need to say this, you need to say this.
Yeah.
So the concept, I need to teach people. So I started DC Shark Tank on the premise of the Shark Tank. And lo and behold, Shark Tank called me.
Yeah.
My first thought, you called me because I'm using your name? Or what? But they were coming to DC.
Yeah.
And they called because I had my marketing out there. And so they came to me.
Wow.
So they heard about me.
Yeah.
And said, we're coming to DC, and we really want you to help us get some business owners who can audition to be on the show. So I was then at the co-working space DC Hive on Good Hope Road back in 2015.
Okay.
So March 15th was the first DC Shark Tank we did. And the concept's same as the show, that you'll have people will sign up to come in and they pitch in front of judges. And I had local sharks, which were typically for his business owners, even people from the business school of Georgetown University, Howard, people who run different things and whatever. So they were experts themselves. And I sort of served as a coach that once he asked them questions, whatever. So, and they put them on the spot. You had that 2 minutes. I gave 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've done this pitch competition or pitch tank at Microsoft, WeWork. I mean, it was all over the city with that. So when Shark Tank came, and it's amazing when you see the notoriety and the popularity of the event, that it was supposed to have been a closed audition.
Yeah.
That it was a combination between me, I think they wanted the U.S. Black Chamber, and someone else to bring 50 people. Well, the word got out.
Yeah.
I think WGLA, Channel 8, my phone, I couldn't answer for 2 days. People had come from New Jersey, West Virginia, that camped out. I had to have security and all that.
Yeah.
So it was 150 people showed up.
Wow.
And by so many showing up, and they really wanted to accommodate them, they had told them to prepare for 2 minutes, because what it was, they were supposed to submit their business idea. Only a certain number were supposed to have been there and be qualified to do that. So by helping so many show up, they brought in 5 at a time. This was the producer of Shark Tank from out of L.A. He lined them up 7 at a time. Pitch. You had 1 minute.
Wow.
They had to be ready.
Yeah.
Some were so completely off.
Wow.
So completely off. They didn't have the numbers together, because you want to talk about what are your numbers, what numbers you have produced, what numbers you're looking for. If you're looking for an investment, what would the investment be, what percentage equity you're going to get, and how you're going to be successful. You had to show all of that.
Yeah.
And I got the whole range of people. So I remember this young lady, she had cosmetics. She said she's going to make $3 million her first year. And I said, baby, you just need to sit down. I mean, not to say she can't, whatever, but be realistic.
Right.
So a big part of what I was doing with the DC Shark Tank is really coaching with them when they were pitching. But what came out of that, they need more education.
Yeah.
That's when the American Dream Business Institute was around.
Perfect.
Let me train them on how to do it, versus they think they are ready to do a pitch competition, win money, when they need training to learn how to do that.
Right.
And it wasn't just to pitch. They had to learn their business.
Right.
They had to learn their business. If you don't know who your target market is, you can't pitch to win nothing.
Right.
You can't, because you've got to show that you've got a marketing strategy to be in front of those people in order to reach those people, and they will buy your stuff.
Yeah.
And see, I simplify it, because if you don't know who your stuff serves, then you don't know where to go to say I got my stuff.
Right.
That's the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
So that's how that all evolved.
Yeah. And like I was saying, that is actually a perfect segue into talking about American Dream Business Institute, which I was a beneficiary of during the Jumpstart Your Business class, which I learned so much. There was a lot of information that I had known, but going through your class, it sharpened that information, and it helped me to look at researching, like you said, target audience, that whole thing with the census.
You got into that, right? Has anyone ever challenged you to do that before?
No.
Yeah,
nobody.
But you got to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because if you find out where they are and where most of your people, a lot of people say anyone. And let me say it. Any one of y'all out there who say everybody your customer, y'all wrong. Everybody's not your customer.
Right.
You have to find your customer and be able to define your customer by age, by gender, by income, lifestyle, occupation, culture, all of that. You need to define that. Then you can target specifically and be in front of them. And then when you can target specifically, you have more and better results.
Yeah.
What's the sense of contacting or sending out this, that, and whatever? Because I don't know if you were on when Mario was on.
Yeah.
And it was like he had done so many things. I'm sending this, that, and what. You're talking to the wrong people. If you got products that you're selling your minimum at $800 and you up to 3,000, 5,000 custom suits, you need to talk to people who can afford you.
Right.
Folks would just say, that's nice, and they'll just say, I can't buy it. That's a waste of marketing.
Yeah.
So you've got to target it. Whatever your product is, you've got to talk to the people who will buy you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I had to learn that the hard way myself. In fact, probably not long after I graduated from Jumpstart, I had somebody come to me about they wanted me to DJ an event.
Okay.
And I told him my price.
Okay, here we go. When we talked about prices, let's talk about that.
I told them my price, and they were like, "Ooh, that's a little steep." And and in that instant, I remember something you told me.
What?
That's not my target audience.
Simply not your customer.
That's not my customer.
Yeah, don't cry over it. Don't try to lowball. Don't say, "Well, I'll give it to you for this" when you already told your price. Don't go after them.
Right.
Because they're going to think, well, you came down to the price, you come again. No, they're simply not your customer.
Yeah.
But your customer is out there.
Yeah.
You just need to get in front of them.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Yeah.
So you don't have to lower your price. You just have to find your right customer.
That's right.
That's it.
So I have one last question for you, and this is actually, it is funny because I was mentioning this to Pandora a little bit, and she even asked, she was like, "What's guerrilla marketing?"
Come on in, Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora, you in there? Oh, she might not be in there. But you
come
in
on
there?
in. Come on in.
So she's about to answer the question about guerrilla marketing. We got Pandora in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
You want to know what guerrilla marketing is? Huh?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think it means? What does gorilla mean? Have you seen that in the way it's spelled? Not the I don't want to say it, not the animal.
I'm thinking big, gigantic, like tough.
Tough. I would take tough. And the image I use, and if you go on Eventbrite with my course, it's stealth. In other words, you see like gorillas in military, they dress in black or camouflage. So in other words, they come up on you, you don't even know they're there until they've taken you over. Guerrilla marketing is that same way. You want to really, it's maximum impact with minimum exposure, minimum cost, maximum impact.
Yeah.
So in other words, you're looking at something that's going to give you the biggest bang without costing you a lot. This concept came about in 1965. J. Conrad Livingston actually was a guy out of Florida who actually developed that concept and really did the trademark of the name itself. But that's what the concept is. And it could be anything from the fact that you see car signs on your car. You see these I call these floating these men, the air bubbles, wave, whatever.
Yeah.
You even got sign turners and things like that and so forth. But you want a combination of those things is guerrilla marketing, along with how you really can maximize with a lot of those things at one time. I mean, it could be for us, and you hear me talk about for us, press release. In other words, you got to be your own press. Don't wait for the press to show up at your event. You do your event. You send out a press release. Hopefully they come. Hopefully they can do an article on you. See, tell you how I use guerrilla marketing with DC Shark Tank. Okay, I had DC Shark Tank. When the producers came and whatever, I said, I wrote my own press release. I mean, I know I do. I teach people how to do it, but I wrote my own press release for DC Shark Tank.
Yeah.
And actually, I placed it on a news syndicate. Actually, the Trice Edney Newswire is her friend. She sent that out. Black Enterprise picked up the press release.
Wow.
And you go on blackenterprise.com, you will see that now. March 15, 2015, DC entrepreneurs brings black businesses to Shark Tank.
Wow.
That was a headline. That was a headline. So you can create your own press. Not only for its Black Enterprise picked it up, I think it was several newspapers around the country picked it up and so forth. So you become known as it. And see, the beauty about the web and whatever and internet, see, you get that, I don't know the technical term, cookie or whatever else, those links and whatever, it's always there. Yeah. And you link to something else, it'll link again, because sometimes, and this is what I encourage any of you out there, if you, to know what's out there on you, just Google yourself. Google yourself or Bing or Bing.com. I think Bing has a wider spread a lot of times than Google will. And see what comes up. And I do that all the time. And I want to be, and I'm always the top 3 pages. Wow. Something about Phoebe Marketing Group, D.YVONNE Rivers. And that's what you want. And you want to be posting with different places on social media, tagging different people. You know, I've Forrest told you that when you're talking about an event, I know you do that when you post for your show, that you want to tag other people so they can send it. So you have to understand marketing. A lot of people with the social media, they truly don't understand the maximum benefit of that. They want to say, okay, I got 1 million followers. Doesn't mean a thing if you're not interacting with them and getting them to send out about you. Right. So, but you have to develop that strategy to do that. But it still comes back to the same thing, that you're spreading the exposure, because the marketing is about numbers.
Yes.
The more people who hear about you, whatever, and I love it, and I test myself when I'll go different places. Last place, I think it was in June, I was at the convention center, and I normally have a table there, but I didn't have that. And I was going along the table, and I introduced myself. I said, my name is D.YVONNE Rivers. Now, I wouldn't say if it was Phoebe. And people said, oh, you Phoebe. They'd never seen me in person before.
Right.
But they'd heard of me.
Yeah.
And that was a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And that's what you really want. That you want to get the people, that top of mind awareness. The people heard of you, know of you, seen you somewhere, saw something written about you. Those people, number one, will do business with you, and they'll tell others about you.
Yeah.
And that's how you spread the message with, I don't say minimum budget, you got to spend money in marketing, but to maximize it. And that's why I say, especially if people who are starting businesses, or whether you're already in business, it's the whole thing, what's working for you?
Right.
A lot of times people tell me, and I'll ask, they may like it or not. One thing I say, and Joe, you can comment about, I'm very bottom line. I won't go straight to the point, because you can't waste the time and just be going around the circle. Well, that's nice.
Right.
And then people walk away from you and they still don't get what you need to get into.
Right.
So that's what it comes down to. So now you know what guerrilla marketing is? You ready to be a guerrilla? You have a business?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your business? This is it? How are you marketing it?
Right now we're on every outlet. We have our own app that you
Now, let me press back at her. Every outlet? What kind of outlet? Every outlet.
What we got? No, that's stuck. We have YouTube. We're on YouTube.
What's your numbers?
You gotta ask the CEO that one. You gotta ask the
See?
CEO that one.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
But I'm see what you're saying. I should know all that.
You should know all that. And it's never all.
Okay.
Tell where your outlets are and who you. What's your target demographic? Oh, didn't I just say everybody's not your
Okay, I'm gonna go for my show.
Did you hear me?
My show. Platform for indie artists, 18 to 38.
Male, female. What's your breakdown? What's the percentage each? 50-50? Race? What percentage? All race?
I mean, all
No.
Not all race?
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm sitting here like, you know, don't say that. Don't say that.
You do.
I'm trying. I was the same way. Trust me, man. I was the same way.
I got a Black Friday special. We need to
Yes, please see this up.
I have a Black Friday special. The regular price of this now, Senator Joe has been through it, and others have been through it. And since I work with smaller business owners, I make it affordable for you. The true value of this course, because you're on 4 sessions, 2.5 hours, 810, it really should be $2,500 because my billable hour is $250 an hour. But the price of this course is typically $338, which includes the workbook. I have a Black Friday special. If you buy between now and Friday at 6 p.m., $119 for less than I know, because you pay more. You pay more. $119. Go on my website, which is phoebemarketing.com. That's PHOEBE marketing.com. Go to events, and it'll have it listed there. That's the Jumpstart class as well as the Guerrilla Marketing class. $119 between now and 6 o'clock on Friday.
Okay.
Sign up for it. Need it.
Yes.
I'm telling you, change your life. Change your life.
You know, but see, this is perfect. Not to use you, but perfect example of what I encounter when people will say, "Yeah, I got this and got this, whatever. This is my target demographic," and you got some of it, but it's like getting it more specific. Because you get it wrong, you're not going to be getting your results.
Okay.
Are you achieving the revenue you're looking for now? Let me break it down. Are you making as much money you want to make?
No.
Then you need to take this class. Let me put that out to everybody out there. If you're not making as much money as you want to make, you need to take this class.
Yes.
Invest $120 or less than $120 in yourself to make the money that you want to make. You got to work at it. I don't do it for you. I tell you how to do it. I give you the strategy. I give you the map. I give you the ABC to do it. But when you're working with me on the class, and I now have small business coaching, once you've been through my classes, whatever, that I push you and I meet with you once every other week, twice a month, to see, are you doing this? You know, I'm meeting now with Susan. It's like, and she's really growing, but it's like, okay, just do this, do that. You know, what's your Black Friday sale? We talked about that yesterday with her. So she's having a Black Friday sale.
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So are you on social media?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on Twitter, which is Phoebe VA.
Okay.
Facebook is Yvonne Rivers, and I'm on LinkedIn, Yvonne Rivers.
Okay. Okay. And Phoebe Marketing Group is actually on. You have a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Okay.
Phoebe Marketing.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, as you can see, Pandora, and as everybody else that's watching, this woman knows what she's talking about. She is sharp, and she will sharpen you and everybody. You know, she's just amazing, and I'm glad to have had you here.
Good to be here.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Yeah.
And hopefully, anybody out there that's watching will jump on that Black Friday special. Because I'm telling you, I can't stress how much that is a steal, y'all. Man, that is for this level of expertise and knowledge. That is like, I mean, that's that.
The average price of things like this typically not anything less than $899.
Yeah.
$899.
Yeah.
And see, you're gonna make it back.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna make it back. But that's the key thing of getting in it. And see, and that's why I do it, because I do care about businesses.
Yeah.
You know, I care about you, but likewise, you gotta invest in yourself.
Absolutely.
That if you're not willing to invest in yourself, you invest in this small amount of money to get into the course, but it's homework.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You get this homework to be done.
Yep.
And I'm gonna ask you for it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you for it.
It's a class.
It's a class. Yeah.
And Joe, you've heard me say this. I put people who come through my classes through American Dream Business up against any MBA. Now Marcelle, you've heard her comments.
Yes.
She's working on her MBA. She uses her homework for her MBA class.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's to that point that you have to be to that level to truly be successful.
Yeah.
And I developed this course this way because I've seen others. It's just stuff. you leave that 2 hour every week or even 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and you ask yourself the question, what did you learn? You're not able to say.
Right.
And you're not able to put into place any particular things like that. You're not able to do it.
Yeah.
Not able. We didn't have any questions? We didn't ask.
No, we didn't have any questions, surprisingly. Yeah.
So any other questions you got, Pangona? Fedora? Oh, no, you scared now.
No, not
You
right
scared.
now. No, because they're all going to come to me. They're going to come to me.
Tell you, it's going to change your life.
Yeah.
Change your life.
I think I'm
Yeah.
catch this black.
Yeah, catch that. No, I'm telling you.
You know, and the other thing about it, Joe, is the fact that when people go through the training, they then will raise their goals in life.
Yes.
You just said about your prices,
Mm-hmm.
is the fact that number one, whether you increase it large value or not, you are valuing what you come to the table.
Right.
But if you've not looked at it that way to see, and only go after the people who will pay you, because I'll say anyone who's out there listening, if you say you've got a business and you working without getting paid or very little amount, I'm gonna press you on why you're doing it. Now, if you want to do pro bono work, you want to do volunteer work, that's fine. Or it's just a hobby, fine, no problem. I have designated pro bono things I do, but I know my value. I know what I bring to the table to help you grow your business to the level, and that's the whole thing about it. Anyone who doesn't put their value and lowballs yourself, you always gonna be at that lowball level.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to soar with eagles, then you have to lift your eyes. If you really just want to be a chicken and put your, be picking up from the grass, that's a different story. That's a different story.
Bars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I know.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So thank you
Yeah.
once again for coming,
You're so welcome. Thank you.
sharing your wealth of knowledge, and there's more if you join the class. You know.
I know that's guerrilla marketing as well as Jumpstart.
Yes.
I recommend both. You definitely need to have both. Guerrilla marketing is focusing straight on marketing. We come with concepts and whatever that you can do things and whatever. And sometimes it's simple things that really can maximize you. And, I won't put Joe on the spot, but I know I gave him some things. I wonder, has he done it? Can we talk about a CD pack?
Not everything. I admit I haven't done everything.
Okay. But he knows what to do.
I know what to do.
He
I
knows
know
what
what
to
to
do.
do. It's just a matter of doing it.
That's it. That's it. He knows what to do now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you once again.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's been great.
Yes, this has. Yes,
This
it
has been
has.
great.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I come on again?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Whenever you want. I mean, Marcel's been on
I
twice.
know, I was like,
of course, you can come back on again.
That's great.
Yes,
That's
yes.
great. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and play a little bit of music, then come back to close out. This is Star and Crazy DJ Bizarro with Pandora. And you're listening to the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. This is Bars.
As love turns to hate, I can't debate cause I got caught up too. But drew the line when it came to choosing her over you. You didn't do the same, her name was always on your lips. I had to come to grips, couldn't compete with those childbearing hips. She birthed generations through hair on crack and weed. And though I tried, I couldn't compare or give you what you need. To let you tell it, I let you smell it and you lost it. Now here this chick comes, scooping up John she had fostered. Surrogate mama, I once suckled at her breast, but I needed my own rest, so I packed my shit left. She snatched the best I ever had, took him around the world and back, track after track, clearly an addiction, in fact, impact of global proportions, killing all my dreams now, thought abortion, miscarried, now he married to the muse, got me sick, I used to inspire, now he got no time to stick, I'm feeling some type of way, what happened to our love, we used to vibe every day, ayy. I feel you pulling away. I used to make you happy, now you got nothing to say, ayy. I'm feeling some type of way. What happened to our love? We used to vibe every day, ayy. I feel you pulling away. I used to make you happy, baby. It would be easier if he did me greasier for some ass or a woman from his past, a groupie, something to smash. I wanna strike back, but how do you attack an abstract, a body that's form? He still prefer her on his arm. This charm bracelet face, if my time wasted ain't issue, well ain't this about her? He said he can't live without her. I'd rather die, but they're pale in comparison. All he talk about is her. My feelings hurt, this is embarrassing. Now there's a chip on my shoulder, my heart grew colder. And snow cap boulders, I'm overthinking too much, too he couldn't give. That's no way to live. Outlook negative. I miss the days when things were positive. She the one true love. I'm treated like the mistress. Distress. He going out more and giving me less. When I say something about it, he laugh it off like you bugging. This whole energy different, like there's a bun in the oven. Funny thing about it is I never seen it coming. Pandora. I'm feeling some type of way. What happened to our love? We used to vibe every day. Ayy. I feel you pulling away. I used to make it happy. Now you got nothing to say. Ayy. I'm feeling some type of way. What happened to our love? We used to vibe every day. Ayy. I feel you pulling away. I used to make it happy, baby.
You hear this spot right here? This could be your spot where you pull your new customer. If you're a nascent or established business or entrepreneur and you believe you have the right product for our audience, then advertise with Bars. For more details on our rates, packages, and deals for first-time clients, email balancingactradioshow@gmail.com. That's balancingactradioshow@gmail.com.
Slow C on the track. Yeah. I'm a monster. I'm a monster. Whoa. Slow C on the track. I'm a monster. The world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pull like a trunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out a honcho. I'm a monster. The world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pull like a trunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out a honcho. I think they know my name now. Lucy on the track now. Used to sling them packs round, but flowing on them tracks now. Okay, I reloaded. Gas had me floated. I don't do no pills, but tonight I am rolling. Let me get back to the back now. Get chick on my tip and I turn down. I been getting money to the playground. With you little boys, I won't play around. I got the sauce and I'm dripping. I drag her till she tripping. Be mad, she get in my bag, cause I ain't got time for the. I'ma do what I wanna. Stay smoking marijuana. I'm higher than a sauna. Hit your shit gonna. On demand, no root cool. Connect the clip like a Bluetooth. I ain't a shooter, but I shoot too. I round, knock it loose. Low-C monster, be the monster. I am the monster. Yeah. Hating, they be really hating, they be faking pussy. Yeah. Disrespecting me, I run up on her with a chopper. Look at this. Yeah. Automatic with a head chop, then the body rock. Yeah. I'm a monster. The world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pull like a trunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out a honcho. I'm a monster. The world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pull like a trunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out a honcho. I feel like Scarface, sweater Jason Mash. Halloween, the Mac and Michael Bad. Yo, they like me cause the way I drag. I just want the money, trying to chase a bag. Hold up, I get back to it, that's how I do it. I get the bag in the blood. Be bitch, they ain't with the shit. They talk about what they ain't doing. I don't talk none of that hot shit. You let me shit get top lip. I'm the reason that you not this. Better stop it. Been killing this season, the reason why I lied. I've been rapping, believe it. When I was in school, my teacher, you told me that I wasn't going to beat you. But look at me now, I hold the crown, but right now my numbers up now. Them kids they dissing, they talking down. I know some kids that'll gun them down. I ain't no killer, but don't push. I finger Nina like a spoon. drinking so much gelato mixed it with cookies. I'm so high, I get fly like a pigeon. I'm a monster, the world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pour like a drunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out and haunt ya. I'm a monster, the world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pour like a drunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out and haunt ya. I'm a monster, the world I'm trying to conquer. Know some real ones, they pour like a drunk. I be getting money, I only want the commas. Disrespecting me, I black out and haunt ya.
It's time to get back to AJ Throwback and Bars, only on WinDCRadio.com and the WinDC Radio app, powered by GoWin.media.
That was Losi on the track with Monster, and starting off the set, we had Star and Crazy DJ Bizarre with Pandora. Gonna go ahead and close out the show. Before I do, definitely got to make sure I give out the birthday shout-outs. Shout out my nephew, Jet, celebrated his second birthday yesterday. So definitely got to shout out my nephew. I'll see him tomorrow, hopefully. Miss Lillian, who, man, let me tell you, she hooked me up with care packages like every single year, semester, a lot of times when I was in college. And my cousin Maurice, they both celebrating birthdays today. So happy birthday to y'all. Nikki, I went to high school. I think I went to high school and junior high with Nikki. Shireen, part of MBYLI, and Trina worked down the course with me, celebrating birthdays Sunday. I believe November 25th is Sunday. My cousin, through marriage, Todd, celebrating a birthday next Monday. And the homie Seagull working me down the course, celebrating a birthday next Tuesday. So happy birthday to everybody. I want to close out. What I'm going to do with the community calendar, I'm just going to share the links that I have with people on the Instagram page. We're running out of time, but I definitely wanted to get in the Bars for Life for this week, especially with Thanksgiving being tomorrow. So a very simple quote from the great Oprah Winfrey. She once said, "Be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. If you concentrate on what you don't have, you will never, ever have enough." And I think it's natural for us to always want more for ourselves, more love, more money, more time, whatever it might be. We want increase. But the thing is, always think about it from a spiritual perspective. I mean, we tend to be blessed. God tends to bless us when we're thankful for what we have when we have a little, or when we manage what we have when we have a little. I always think of the passage of Philippians 4:11-12, where it says, "I'm not saying this because I am in need, but I've learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, and I know what it is to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want." So I think really as we approach Thanksgiving tomorrow, whether, no matter what it is that you're thankful for, you definitely have to be appreciative no matter what you have, whether you have a little, whether you have a lot. And it's not to say not to want more, not to desire more, but it's the attitude that you carry, it's the mindset that you have, it's the heart that you have with what you do have. Because I've seen a lot of people who are the happiest people in the world, but they don't have a lot. But those are usually the people who tend to be blessed the most in so many different ways. And sometimes, how you sow is not always how you reap. So the harvest might not look the way that we think it should look, but you're blessed in so many other different ways. So as we approach Thanksgiving tomorrow, it's just a matter of just being thankful for family, being thankful for the people that are actually here, being thankful for your territories that you do have, and in thanking God or whoever you serve, whoever you praise, whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, just being thankful for what you do have, knowing that, or having the faith that you will have more. You have more family, you'll have more love, you have more money, you'll have more time, you'll have whatever it is you seek, but just being grateful for what you do have, and not only always looking to receive and not always looking to receive a blessing, but being a blessing unto other people. That's definitely one of the biggest things to keep in mind approaching this holiday. So I definitely would like to shout out everybody who tuned in today on Facebook Live. I didn't get to interact like I usually do, but I appreciate everybody who tuned in today. Team Bond, y'all come through as always. Once again, I thank Miss D.YVONNE Rivers, aka Phoebe Marketing Group and American Dream Business Institute for coming by and just sharing so many gems. I mean, y'all can see this is a woman that knows what she's talking about, and she can help anybody out there that's looking to jumpstart their business, grow their business, and get into guerrilla marketing. And shout out to Pandora. Shout out to Pandora for coming in and asking her question, and you know, being a little bit on the firing squad from Phoebe. You know what I mean? You're like, she's she's no joke. That's the type of stuff that I had to go through being in her class. But iron sharpens iron. That's really the best way to look at it. So I hope everybody has a wonderful, blessed, safe Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family. Eat good. If you're watching football, enjoy the games, and just have a good time and enjoy. If you got the time off, enjoy the time off. And I'll see y'all next week. We have special guest Noor coming in next week at 11:15. We'll be talking to him about his latest EP that's coming out. And yeah, make sure y'all tune in next week for the official Hump Day Motivation for the DMV and beyond. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of the week. See y'all next week. Peace.
Bars, 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 bars.
And that's it.
I did it. Mommy did it?
Yes. I do it.
Oh.
You want to say the bars?
You want to do bars?
Bars, 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 bars.